Oh, hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Today, we're reviewing episode 5 of Bubuki Buranki. And in this episode, we see a bunch about Kanoa and her past, and her whole relationship with Arabashiri, that weird, crazy guy. I don't really like him. He's kind of weird and crazy and yeah. But anyways, we see that whole little backstory, and they, duke it out in their little duel of the Bubuki. Yeah, so that happens. So we learn that Kanoa actually knows Arabashiri from the past, and he's actually the whole reason she first started using her Bubuki. Her Bubuki was passed down from her mother, and she always thought it was weird and it wasn't something normal that other kids did, so she just didn't use her Bubuki at all. But when she first met him, she was actually being almost taken away by the police, and he intervened and he kind of saved her in a sense. But then he ended up getting caught, and she ended up getting caught, and then they were falling out of a plane, and he's all like, oh yeah, I'm a government official agent person, and I was actually just investigating the corruption in the police force, which was a lie. And anyways, they're falling through the sky, and then he gives her his Bubuki, and he's like, oh, use it as a parachute, and so she does. And then it's like, oh wait, now he's falling, and he's okay with it. He's just like, and she's like, oh my gosh. And then she calls out her Bubuki, and then she finally uses them, and then she saves both of them, and they end up being a thing. And he's like, oh, I want to see the Buranki nest one day, and she's like, okay. And then he's like, oh, you can be my girlfriend, and they're like dating or something. And I feel like it's implied that he took her virginity or something, but maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Anyways, that was a whole issue, and obviously it didn't go well because he's cray-cray and he's one of the 4 gods, and she's not down for that. So they have their whole little battle throughout the episode, and it turns out that his Bubuki has this kind of power that it's able to tap into their memories, I guess. I don't know if it's just he knew her memories and he was a part of her memory, so he was able to do that, or if he can tap into anyone's memories. But throughout the battle, his Bubuki would show a memory, and she would get really into it, and she at first she kind of fought it off, but after that she kept getting more and more distracted and into the memory, and at the end she was fully just sitting there into the memory, and he pretty much almost won. But then her Bubuki, I really enjoy her Bubuki. Let's just take a side point. I really like them, the double dual sword type of thing. Really dig that. Her own Bubuki attacked her to awaken her, and I was like, yes! And then she totally pwned him, and he fell off the bridge train thing, and I'm like, yeah, Kanoa! I like her. She's pretty chill. Oh, and it's really funny because when we first meet her, when we see flashbacks to the past, she's all like, oh, hello, my name is Kanoa, blah, blah, blah. And then now she's like, ah. So that was a great impression. Perfect. But anyways, it was really cool to see that she hadn't always been like that, and she used to be a really quiet, shy little girl. Anyways, when they first start fighting, Azuma even tries to help, and she's like, no, I don't need your help. And then he hugs her, and there's this weird little moment issue, but they're friends. She's accepted him. Azuma's kind of weird. I don't know how I was really liking him because I thought he was just that way with Kogane, but he's being really super kind, weirdly kind with everyone now, so I don't know. He's there. While this whole thing is happening, it turns out that the Buranki that fell from the sky has awakened and is gonna wreak havoc and rampage all over this town or something, and they can either steer their train away from it, or as Azuma wants, he wants to go straight for it and attack it, and Higari's like, what? But Azuma, he is the heart, so he's like, okay, let's do it. And so they're gonna go do that now. Ryoko also woke up, so not sure what's gonna go on with her, but I'm assuming she's gonna be there. Another point of just talking about Bubukis in general, Kanoa never, she thought they were bad before, but Arabashiri, crazy dude, I forget what his name is, he actually is the one who convinced her that they're not bad, and I found that interesting because now he's her enemy. But yeah, also Higari just views them as tools, and it's no, they're not tools, they clearly have their own mind and feelings, and Azuma's trying to convince him, and Higari's like, At the end of the episode, obviously Kanoa beats the guy, and then she of course explains why she wants to go to the Buranki nest, and she wants to go see where her two Bubuki were born, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute, the softer side of Kinoa. Whoa. Kind of expecting this, but kind of not, because Crazy Dude says something in the last episode, but Horino is not who we think she is. Her name is actually Hazama Zetsubi, and she's actually one of Ryoko's 4 gods. So, since it seems to be the whole trend right now in the show, Bubuki battle between her and Higari, which should be interesting. I'm excited to see how that goes, just because I want Higari to get knocked around a bit so he could get some sense knocked into him, but that should be really interesting, and I'm really excited to see that. I also want to see his backstory more, and I also want to see him bond more with his Bubuki, which I hope will be the case when they're fighting and stuff. Obviously, next episode is going to be the battle between the 2 left feet, and I'm excited for that. I kind of enjoy how they do like this backstory part for the different characters, but they're still doing it in a way that it's like actiony, and it's not simply like backstory, and it's not kind of just like, let me tell you a story about my childhood. It's like action, backstory, action, backstory. I like it. I like how they're doing it. It's pretty good. Overall, I still really like the show. I'm glad I kept up with the show, and I'm glad I didn't drop it, because I do really enjoy it so far. And blah blah blah, CGI, whatever, it's still great. If you're not watching it just because of CGI, then you are missing out. I like how we're diving into the character's backstory, but not in a super like boring, typical way, in a sense. That makes sense in my mind. I don't know if it makes sense out loud. It was nice to see Kinoa and her growth as a character from what she was before and what she is now, which is awesome. So I like the little battles that are going on. And yeah, I'm excited for next episode. I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, you can always like, comment, and subscribe. Also, because I feel like promoting this right now, I have Twitter, so if you want to keep up to date on my life and videos and stuff, definitely check out my Twitter. It's linked in my YouTube page, whatever. I'll probably put it in the description if I remember. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I make a bunch of videos a week, and bye!